Here's a scenario I hear from business owners more than almost anything else. They decide they're finally ready to get some help. They find a provider, sign a contract, bring someone on, and within a few weeks, they're frustrated. The communication isn't what they expected. The work isn't at the level they needed, or they realize they weren't actually ready to delegate in the first place. Bad outsourcing experiences almost always come down to one of two things: the wrong timing or the wrong provider. I'm Jeff Amon, CRO and co-founder of ClearDesk. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the signals that tell you your business is ready. We will cover evaluating providers, red flags to avoid, and what a great long-term partnership looks like. Let's get into it. The first sign is the most common one. If your week is filled with scheduling, data entry, inbox management, and other operational work, and you're the one doing most of it, you're probably not spending enough time on growth. This happens often with leaders who built their companies from scratch. They never fully transitioned out of execution mode. The administrative work still has to get done. It just doesn't have to be done by you. Don't scale on leftover hours. Your highest value work, like client relationships and strategy, gets the leftover hours. That's not sustainable. If you find yourself thinking, I'll handle that tonight, about tasks that should be on someone else's plate, that's your first signal. The second sign is a little more urgent. When your team is stretched thin, things fall through the cracks. Missed calls, slow follow-ups, leads that went cold because nobody responded in time. This is a capacity problem. For businesses such as home care agencies or real estate agents, one missed call can mean losing a client to a competitor. A single client relationship in home care can be worth tens of thousands of dollars over the course of a year. If leads are slipping through, that's not a discipline problem, that's a capacity problem with a straightforward solution. The third sign is about the math. Hiring locally comes with real costs: salary, benefits, and payroll taxes. Office space averages $7,459 in additional expenses per employee annually before recruiting and onboarding. Offshore remote team members typically cost up to 70% less than US-based hires, with those overhead costs eliminated. That's the difference between being able to afford support now and waiting another year while the work piles up. The fourth sign is the one most business owners recognize but don't want to admit. They're working 60-hour weeks. This is the founder bottleneck. When you are the constraint, every decision and every problem eventually flows through you. Growth becomes limited by your personal bandwidth, and personal bandwidth has a ceiling. Delegation is the path forward. So you've recognized the signals. Now, let's talk about how to actually find the right provider in 7 steps. Step 1, define your scope of work. List the specific tasks, hours required, and the skills the role demands. Step 2, evaluate industry-specific experience. A provider who knows your niche ramps faster and makes fewer mistakes. Step 3, assess communication. Time zones, language, and style all affect the day-to-day relationship. Step 4, research reputation. Look for testimonials and case studies. A reputable provider will offer references gladly. Step 5, compare pricing models, monthly fees, hourly rates, or projects. Understand what you're actually paying for. Step 6, verify data security. For home care or bookkeeping, HIPAA compliance and NDAs are non-negotiable. Step 7, review the contract. Focus on termination flexibility and replacement guarantees. Confidence needs no lock-in. Beyond the checklist, there are qualities that separate great partnerships from average ones. Context matters. The first is a proven track record in your industry. Context-aware VAs don't need to be taught the basics. The second is genuine flexibility. The right partner scales with you as your needs and priorities shift. And the third is a focus on retention. High turnover is often a provider problem, not a talent problem. There are 5 red flags I'd watch for when evaluating any provider. Let's look at what to avoid. Red flag 1, vague or shifting pricing. If they can't give clear numbers now, they won't later. Red flag 2, no industry-specific experience. Errors take longer and cost more to fix. Red flag 3, poor communication during the sales process. Slow responses rarely improve after you sign. Red flag 4, no clear onboarding process. This is where most placements succeed or fail. Don't skip it. Red flag 5, Unwillingness to provide client references. Evasiveness here is a signal worth taking seriously. Choosing a provider is just the beginning. The real value comes from a partnership that grows with you. Set clear expectations early. Define KPIs, communication cadence, and feedback loops before the first week is over. Treat your remote team member as part of your team. Include them in meetings and company culture. Provide regular feedback. Don't wait for a quarterly check-in to address something that takes 5 minutes. At ClearDesk, we ensure each remote team member undergoes industry-specific training. Vertical experience matters. Every candidate goes through our talent assurance protocol. Language, skills, behavioral tests, that's a 0.5% acceptance rate. We pre-train on platforms like WellSky for home care and QuickBooks for bookkeeping. They don't learn on your time. We support you through the full onboarding process, from kickoff through ramp up and regular check-ins. The right time to outsource is when admin work consumes your hours or when leads are slipping through. It's when local hire costs don't match your budget or when you've hit that founder growth ceiling. When evaluating, define scope first, prioritize experience, verify communication, and check reputation through references. And watch for providers who are vague on pricing or won't connect you with references. Those signals don't get better. If you're ready to explore what outsourcing looks like for your business, book a call with ClearDesk. Link is in the description.